Right, good evening and welcome to Black Country Blitz PC Gaming. Today on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, sick of seeing about SCS Software and their force feedback settings. Loads of people are having problems. I wonder why. Here's a couple of things. SCS Software. One, for the last week, try to contact you privately on all 3 social medias, yeah? Of course, send you no private messages. You don't accept them, right? So I've had to do it the hard way. I'm already posted 1 video, but still, you ignore me. That's fine. Today, I typed in, well, I don't actually type, I talked into my computer and said, how many employees does SCS Software have? And it come back as having 170 employees plus 30 contractors in 2019. Right? So that's 2 years ago. Yeah? I had the maths. So how come it's took and still taking so long to give us numbers on sliders? Now, people are complaining with Logitech wheels that their force feedback is terrible. So I'm going to do your job, because everything that you do, you never give us no descriptions, your manuals, and when you had released the game. So if Euro Trucks is what, 9 years old, look at the improvements you've made on that, and you've not updated nothing, yeah? Not one thing. Neither have on American trucks, which we're in now. So how do you expect people to understand your games if none of you can be asked to update your manuals? Because I'm sorry, I be a truck driver and neither am half the people that play your games. So how can we expect to understand your games if you could be asked to update it with manuals giving us a description of what they do and the interface putting numbers on sliders so we can get precise settings? So what I'm going to do now is try and help the best community, as you put it, with it, some force feedback settings for people that got Logitech wheels, yeah? Right, so we've now got a Fanatec wheel, right? But it's still the same, because if I put these settings really high, I'm shaking my rig, I've got Trackir here, it's actually thrown my Trackir off, and that's stuck with Velcro, right? So let's come into your software. Let's just point some things out to you, right? All these, I've already showed a video of how easy it is to put numbers from 0 to 10. All you need, nothing fancy, just a PNG file, which is transparency, if you don't know, just in case. And all it is just getting one row right, copy, 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 till you've covered all these, yeah? You can even overlay them. Fantastic, right? On all the sliders. But some of these, you know, what's a break? No, not so much in this one. Let me go into some of the settings. But let me come back to what I'm trying to do, is help people with force feedback, right? The settings I've dialed in, and I've got this suite, but this is with a Fanatec wheel. So don't take this as gospel, but it might help you, right? This first one is the overall. Stuck it to the maximum. I'm assuming you stick it to the right, it's giving you the maximum of force feedback. Again, nothing, yeah? If it's had a 0 there and a 10 there, I know 10 is going to be the greater, yeah? Again, 3 years down the line of playing both your games, no idea. But I'm assuming, because that's what we have to do with both your games, right? So here we go. I've put this at the maximum. Centering at high speed is when you're turning, this is going to pull you back to the centre at high speed. That's what I'm assuming. But that's what it feels like with this. I've stuck them both at the maximum. Internal friction is, you know, when you turn the wheel, That's our resistance. So if I'm turning, it's really going to be really tight to turn, yeah? You move that to your preference, yeah? That's all. So if you like a little bit of stiffness in the wheel, but it's too much, you dial this back down. Again, SCS Software, no numbers. So if I got this right, knock that slider, oh shit me, I can't get it back. I've got to assume and judge where I was. If I put that on an 8 or a 7, if that's where 7 was, and I put it to 6, well 6A, so I can put it in between 6 and 7. You get where I'm coming from? That's, you know, that's all I'm asking. So I've put it, how I've done this, because we've got no numbers, he's got that, so I levelled it, gone to the maximum and took it back one. Now that for me is tight. I like to feel the tightness. But if it were, then I'd have to judge it again and take it back slightly 2. Again, that probably could be 7. Or, you know, whatever number corresponded with it. But I'm going to leave it like I've done it because I like the tightness. The next one, this is the problem that people are having. And this is where it's rattling the shit out of everything. Yeah? Now, for people that watch my channel, I'm sitting on a vibrating cushion. So I don't want the wheel vibrating more than the cushion I'm sitting on, right? So how I've done this is try to balance up the transducers I sit under, because that vibrates the effect of the truck. They want the wheel overpowering that. I wanted them together. But I know everybody ain't going to have one of these cushions. So what I've done, again, is come and done one, moved it a little bit, and a little bit over. Now that might be too much. This is what you need to dial down. The next one is when you go close to the hard shoulder, right? Now, I was driving along, bang, 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 and I hit that hard shoulder. And the wheel went like that. Now, whether you got a Logitech, or in my case, or a Thrustmaster, or in this, which is the Fanatec one, I've already hit my shoulder once with a game. Not the game's fault, my own, not understanding force feedback at the time. I pulled my shoulder out, and that was with Wreckfest, yeah? I went one way, the wheel went that, and it jolted my shoulder, right? So I'm driving down the road, and bump, that just jolted me, because I went closer to the hard shoulder in the game, right? That's let me then know that's what this effect is, right? So I've dialed that down the same as the engine. I don't want that. I want to feel it, but not really shaking the shit out my wheel and popping my shoulder out, yeah? If it had been a direct drive, who'd have known, yeah? Bumps. I'm assuming that's when we go down dirt tracks. Again, no explanation, no nothing. So what's a bump? Is it terrain surfaces? Or is that when we go over to get on ferries? Yeah, because there's no speed ramps, is there? So that ain't a bump. So what is that relating to? This is my gripe with you, SCS Software. You do not let people know what you're doing. Every game has got a small description just to drop out. Okay, it'll probably take you a couple of days or a couple of weeks. At least people know exactly what sliders they're moving. But I'm assuming that's when we go over. Again, I don't know. I ain't come to that. But terrain will probably be the same when we're going down dirt tracks. So that's the settings. I'm going to leave that a couple of seconds and let you look at that, yeah? I wished I could put numbers on it. Now, I have done a picture. But again, I can't get into the exe file of this game. Because if I could, I'd doctor it myself. I really would. So, you know, but I can't. That's where I'm stuck. Because if I could, I'd do it. Anyway, so if these settings help somebody out there tonight or today or tomorrow or whenever you watch this video, then fair play. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best, yeah? I'm like you lot. I get frustrated.
All I want to do is play the game. I love the game. Booth on them. Play them religiously. Go and have a look at the streams I've done for the last 2.5 years, nearly 3 years. That's all I need. A little bit of knowledge, and I think we all do. Anyway, and on that note, thanks for watching.